speaker, the chief of North Caucasus Committee, Iyad Youghar. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Yanal. In conclusion, we have a document, a resolution, a declaration that was adopted by the committee. It has been discussed, it has been analyzed, it has been modified, and it has been agreed upon without objection from anyone. This might be, and I hope, and I pray, and I have full confidence that this document, it could be one of the most important documents in the future of the North Caucasus and our nations of the North Caucasus. But it's only a paper, and the value of the paper is usually lives with the conscience of a human beings who believe in what's written in that paper. So if we do believe in this into the future, if we do carry it in our conscience, then we stand a chance to make it a reality for the North Caucasus. Therefore, it is, I think, will be one of the most powerful statements made by a group of a united people of the North Caucasus. So it is the Congress of the People of the North Caucasus Declaration, November 7th, 2008. Today is November 8th. This was established yesterday, so the correct date on this is 2023 of November 8th, Brussels, the Kingdom of Belgium. We, the representatives of many groups and organizations of Circassia, Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia, peoples fighting for the right and freedom to live in our historic land, present for the dialogue on the future of the North Caucasus at the European Parliament on November 8, 2023. Affirm the principle of cooperation, security, and mutual support with the objectives of advancing a political platform for the restoration of statehood of the people of the North Caucasus, inspired by unifying ideals of the Mountain Republic, reinforced by the inalienable right of every people of self-determination, enshrined in the United Nations General Assembly Declaration on the granting of independence to colonial countries and peoples of December 14, 1960. The International Covenant of Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, and the International Principle of International Law of October 24, 1970, the final act of the Conference on the Security and Cooperation of Europe in 1975, and the right to rebel against violations of human rights. Whereas the nations of Circassia, Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia recognize our ethno-cultural kinship, common geography, and historical destiny, which has been documented in the history of our joint struggle for freedom and self-preservation, have for centuries lived harmoniously, side by side in the land of our historic ancestors in the North Caucasus, peaceably and without prejudice to their neighbors. And whereas these nations at present share the common tragedy of a forcible occupation by the Russian government with the resultant loss of independence and freedom, and whereas the people of Circassia, Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia have shared historic understanding of the dangers of colonial Russian imperialism and the machination of recognizing its oppressive force on the right of all the democratic principles of political freedom to those occupied, and whereas the peoples of Circassia, Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia recognize the Russian Federation policies to thwart self-determination, forcibly obstructing any attempt by their colonial subject to freely express their will in the land of their ancestors, Russifies them and interferes in matters of language, culture, and religion, maintaining artificial inter-ethnic and inter-religious tension in order to act as the sole arbitrator between the warring people. Whereas the people of Circassia, Chechnya, and Dagestan and Ingushetia recognize the infection of imperial colonial ideology and their effect on the concerted efforts to disrupt the harmony of the North Caucasus and her people. And whereas the people of Circassia, Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia recognize the need to heal the cultural rifts resulting from over 150 years of diaspora, fragmentation, and violent foreign occupation. Therefore, we, the people of Circassia, Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia, are resolved to recognize our shared plight and genocidal sufferings at the hands of the Imperial Russia and the modern-day Russian Federation. And we, the people of Circassia, Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia, resolve to unify our capabilities in the pursuit of our sovereignty and collaborate as independent people to our collective benefits to form free and democratic nations in accordance with the universally recognized principles of self-determination. And we, the people of Circassia, Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia, resolve to build alliances with brotherly nations and re-establish our people alongside other European countries as stable democracies. And we, the people of Circassia, Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia, resolve to support and respect our constituent communities' right to live and prosper in our historic land. And we, the people of Circassia, Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia, resolve to support our communal struggle for independence, sovereignty, through the advocacy of our aims with foreign governments and political bodies. And we resolve to collaborate in these efforts without delay to form committee to be known as the Committee for the Restoration of the Statehood of the People of the North Caucasus, as also referred to as the Committee for the Committee for the Nations of the North Caucasus, and meet as a group to discuss and develop a conciliative framework to establishing our independent nations and those aforementioned principles. And the signatures and God is behind our will and commitment.